Yo, it's Jemani, also known as Juby, and watch now is always Arsenal. This time we lost 3-0 against Tottenham, and it's difficult reviewing this kind of game, but the reality is we still have to support our team with these last two games because, yes, we would not have dreamt of being in this position where we could literally control if we qualify for the Champions League or not. But the reality is, we are in control of our pursuit towards the Champions League. But let me start with the lineup. Cedric played on the right back position with Tomiyasu playing left back, and Gabriel and Holding centre back with Ramsdale in the back of, well, with Ramsdale in goal. Elneny and Xhaka in the defensive midfield with Odegaard playing attacking midfield. Martinelli on one side, Saka on the other side, and Eddie and Nketiah on top. Of course, this is not our ideal starting 11, but we had a going. We had a decent side to at least compete with Tottenham when I looked at the lineup. And of course, what I noticed, as long as we distributed the ball into Martinelli and found spaces, once we broke Tottenham midfield line, we were enjoying some nice football. But the reality was Tottenham were winning the physical battle. And the physical, when you notice, every time Arsenal is outplayed physically, that physical battle is a problem. And I've noticed it a while, and it's something we definitely need to work on going into the following season. When we looked at the game, despite having some good few moments at the beginning of that game against Tottenham, we were losing physical battles. And our team were a bit too soft. And that got to our players. So much that the one player who was too aggressive, he ended up getting sent off. And that's Rob Holding. Now, Rob Holding would have been our super sub throughout the season, as in coming on and making sure that we win our aerial battles and we defend and maintain our lead and so on. And they have been doing pretty well this season, I must say. But the performance against Tottenham was not smart. Of course, the coach would have told him to spend much attention on Son and ensure that he don't cause problems, but he still managed to. But nevertheless, Holden was a bit too aggressive on Son, and he got a first yellow after a number of foul play. The second yellow was ridiculous, running into Son, and come on. As I mentioned before, we were second in terms of the physical battle, but Holden definitely was too aggressive. And he was sent off, and after the first goal scored with Kane, even before Holden came off, and then he got the red card and goals start coming. From the time the first goal was scored and Holden was sent off and all of that stuff, I more or less counted out the game because Tottenham was playing at home. So they had that home advantage, and Tottenham literally needed to win to have any real chance of qualifying for the Champions League. If they lost, it would have been out of their hands, and let's be real. Mathematically, they wouldn't even be able to qualify. So we threw away the game, and Spurs were clearly more hungry. And we now need to rally behind our team because the reality is we still have a real chance once we win our two games of qualifying for the Champions League. And Champions League, yes. Champions League is important for us because we would attract players to aid this core group of raw talent that we have in this Arsenal squad. So it's very important that we qualify for the Champions League. It's very important that we support the team. And it's very important that we win on Monday to start. And it's very important that Tottenham lost against, I think they played in the first game in the of the game week. So it's very important that they lost. And it's very important that Arteta explain to these players what it takes to really maintain focus and qualify for the top four, because Arteta was in this position where we would have been fighting for top four. As a matter of fact, the last time Arsenal was in the top four position, Arteta was playing, I think. Could correct me if I'm wrong, but I think so. So we need to really focus. I mean, of course, it wasn't our real ambition to qualify for Champions League at the beginning of the season, I would assume, based on the squad that we have. But we are here and it's in our hands, and I feel like we could definitely give a fight. The physical aspect of our game needs to improve for sure, but we take it game by game, and we have an entire window to properly, at least to add some quality, depth, physicality to our squad. But for now, we had to win our next game. Spurs come and beat we. What we gonna do? It's always Arsenal.